Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching episode 3 of The Last of Us. Now, when it comes to the deviations between the game and the show, for the most part, most of them have been pretty minor to ones that make more sense given the direction of the show that it's been heading into. But this episode feels like the biggest departure from the game so far. But that's not a bad thing. If anything, it actually fleshes out a character, or to be fair, two characters that I felt could have been used a bit more in the actual game. But let's get to the story, shall we? The story takes place as Joel and Ellie have to basically pick up supplies from a location where smugglers end up leaving supplies for future runs. And we get to see Ellie with her knife, we get to see her make references to Mortal Kombat, and we get to see them observe dead bodies in a plane. I like the fact that it mainly keeps Ellie and Joel's dynamic pretty much similar to the game, where Ellie gets to discover all these things about the world that she never knew, considering she never knew the world before the pandemic. And I love the fact that Joel keeps his straight-laced attitude from the games, and that he ranges from being annoyed to actually bonding with Ellie. It feels very natural. But they're not the main focus of the episode. The main focus is that of Bill, played by Nick Offerman. Bill is a survivalist, and he's not only Tess and Joel's ally in the outbreak, but he mostly just tends to keep to himself ever since the outbreak happened, since he never really liked people to begin with. That is, until he meets this guy named Frank, played by Murray Bartlett. Frank is a guy who basically went to him after he hadn't had food for 2 days, and he initially was just going there to stop while he was trying to survive. But as Bill and Frank get to know each other, they actually not only become friends, but they kind of fall in love. And that's something that was alluded to in the game, but we actually get to see it in the show. And I really like the way that they flesh it out. We get to see Bill and Frank as they go through time, as we skip several years to when they first meet Joel and Tess, to how they get the idea for the codes for radios, to various moments in the relationship between Bill and Frank. And Murray Bartlett and Nick Offerman really pull this off really well. This could have easily come across as just pandering, but instead it feels genuinely heartfelt. Especially because Bill and Frank are such polar opposites. Bill constantly keeps to himself, doesn't trust people, and often keeps his guns close to him. Frank's very much a people person. He's charismatic, he's funny, he often likes to help people out rather than keep them at arm's length. And at this end, because of that, Bill gets to see other people as genuinely worth helping out and loving. Even people like Bill generally get to feel more fleshed out here, even if we don't get to see him interact with Ellie and Joel like we did in the game. Yeah, they deviate that far to the point where when Joel and Ellie get to the house, there's pretty much nobody there. But we still get some great character moments, and we even get to have some good Linda Ronstadt songs while we're at it. So yeah, this feels like it's definitely deviating heavily from the game, but since Neil Druckmann's involved, and since we got a great new story out of it that fleshed out a character that didn't get any fleshing out in the games, I'm totally fine with it. Especially because Nick Offerman and Murray Bartlett deliver solid performances throughout, and they're genuinely heartfelt when it comes to their performances and when it comes to how they handle the subject matter of the episode. It can feel like some of their scenes can be a little drawn out, but given the more melancholic tone of the episode, I don't particularly mind it. So, this is a great episode, and honestly, I can't wait to see what other deviations come through. Because let's just face it, if this was exactly like the game, there'd be no point to watch it. So that's all I'll say for now. See you next week.